Teyana Taylor and Iman Shumpert divorce has
Yeah,
no
I feel
final.
so close to you.
Yeah, me too.
Fuck all that. We straight.
Y'all, this tea is so hot I don't even know where to begin, but let me try to pour it slow so nobody gets burned. Picture this. Teyana Taylor, one of the baddest in the game, reportedly sends deck pics of her new man, yes, Aaron, to her estranged husband Iman Shumpert. Whew, just saying that out loud feels unreal, but baby, this is not a dream. It's allegedly real, it's messy, and it's got the internet in a complete chokehold. So let's rewind real quick. You remember Teyana and Iman, right? That power couple everyone rooted for. I mean, they had it all. Chemistry, talent, whole vibe. They looked like the kind of couple that would make it through anything. They had a beautiful wedding, adorable kids, matching outfits, the whole fairy tale. But like most love stories in Hollywood, it didn't quite last. Teyana announced their separation not too long ago, and even though they said it was peaceful, chilly, this recent drama is anything but. Now, enter Aaron. Not much is known about him publicly. Some say he's just a rebound, others claim he's been around for a while, just hiding in the shadows. But here's what's clear. Aaron is now right in the middle of the storm. And from the looks of it, he didn't walk into it. He got dragged in by Teyana herself. Because according to these rumors flying around, Teyana didn't just enjoy her new man in private. Oh no. She allegedly took things up several notches and sent explicit pics of Aaron. Yes, those kinds of pics, straight to Iman. Directly, no filter, no warning, just boom, right in the DMs or maybe even via text. Laud, and y'all already know the internet went nuts. People started asking, why would she do that? Like, what's the reason, sis? What could possibly make a woman send her ex-husband photos of her new man's? You know? At first, folks thought it had to be fake, but then some insiders came forward claiming it really did happen. Some even hinted that Iman's response, or lack thereof, spoke volumes. Apparently, he didn't respond publicly, but he started moving differently online. Unfollowing people, deleting old pics, posting cryptic quotes. You know the usual passive-aggressive breakup playbook. But hold up, before we jump to conclusions, let's try to figure out what Teyana might have been thinking. Could it be jealousy? Was she trying to make Iman feel something? Maybe she wanted him to regret letting her go. Maybe she wanted him to see that she's moved on, and not just emotionally, but physically too. Maybe she wanted to hurt him the way he hurt her. 'Cause, let's be real, Iman's past isn't squeaky clean either. There were cheating rumors swirling around even when they were together. Some say Teyana stayed silent for too long, and now she's letting her actions speak for her. Or maybe, just maybe, this was pure pettiness. You know that level of petty that doesn't care about consequences? The kind that wants revenge, not closure. Sending dick pics to your ex? That's next level savage. That's not just a message, it's a declaration of war. It's saying, look what I got now, and you fumbled. And honestly, the internet was split. Some people were cheering her on, saying, yes, queen, show him what he lost. Others were like, sis, this is messy and unnecessary. And in the middle were folks just sipping tea, trying to piece together the full story. Everyone had theories. Some said she was heartbroken and acting out. Others said she was reclaiming her power. And some said Aaron should run because if she's doing this now, imagine what she'd do if they broke up. But here's where it gets even crazier. Apparently, someone from Iman's camp, like a close friend or assistant, leaked that he was shook by the pics, not just because of what they showed, but because of what they meant. Imagine opening your phone and seeing a photo like that from your ex-wife. Not a cute selfie with a new boo, not a family pic, no, just full-on explicit content. That's not just trying to move on, that's trying to stir the pot. And boy, did it bubble over. Now let's talk about Aaron. Poor guy probably thought he was just dating a baddie, living his best life. Next thing he knows, his most private pics are allegedly being used in a psychological battle between exes. Like, damn, can a man live? We don't even know if he knew she sent them. If he did and he was cool with it, well, that says something about him too. But if he didn't? Whew, imagine finding that out on Twitter. And then there's Iman. He's been mostly quiet, but actions speak louder than words. Fans noticed that he started deleting comments, blocking people, and even distancing himself from some mutual friends he and Teyana used to hang with. Some say he's embarrassed. Others say he's angry, and some believe he's already plotting his own clapback. Maybe not online, but in real life. You know how these men are? They'll act unbothered until they drop a whole diss track or pop, out with a new girl on a yacht. What's wild is that Teyana always came off as classy and unbothered. Even during the separation, she kept it cute. So, for this story to come out, it shook people. Some are saying maybe she snapped, maybe the pressure, the heartbreak, the rumors, all of it finally pushed her over the edge. And this was her way of saying, I'm done being the bigger person. But then again, what if this is all strategic? Think about it. Teyana is a director, an artist, a visual genius. Maybe she's telling a story. Maybe she's sending a message through chaos. Or maybe she just wanted to remind the world and Iman that she's still that girl, even if it means getting a little dirty. The internet has been in full meltdown mode since the alleged photo surfaced. Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, everyone has something to say. Influencers are doing deep dives like it's an episode of CSI. Celebrity edition. They're zooming in, matching lighting, comparing timestamps, even checking if Aaron's tattoos line up. It's obsessive, chaotic, and honestly expected. Because when you mix celebrity, heartbreak, and mystery, the internet doesn't just react, it investigates. And that obsession says a lot about how invested people are, especially in public figures they once looked up to. The fall of a perfect couple always hits harder when it's messy, emotional, and possibly calculated. But here's where things get spicier. A twist no one saw coming. According to a blogger with a decent track record, Aaron, Teyana's rumored new man, isn't some random rebound. Word is, he's loosely tied to Iman's circle. Think friend of a friend, maybe even closer. And if that's true, this goes beyond heartbreak. This is betrayal in surround sound. Because if Teyana knew that connection before stepping into whatever this situationship is, it paints the whole story differently. This wasn't just an impulsive move. It could have been intentional, maybe even strategic. And that kind of detail shifts the narrative from messy breakup to chessboard revenge. And just when it couldn't get messier, enter the alleged voice note. Floating through DMs and private chats, the clip is said to feature Teyana venting to a friend, saying Iman never appreciated her, and that this new man treats her like a queen. If the recording is legit, it throws another emotional layer onto the drama. Because maybe, just maybe, this wasn't about hurting Iman. It was about healing herself. Maybe she wasn't trying to get even. Maybe she was trying to feel seen, loved, and valued after feeling invisible for too long. So now the internet is torn. Is this just the chaotic aftermath of a public breakup, or the carefully staged beginning of Teyana's soft rebrand? Is Aaron a rebound, a prop, or a real connection? And does Iman know more than he's letting on? One thing's for sure, this saga isn't slowing down. With every leak, every whisper, every shady post, it's clear. The story isn't over. It's just getting started. Let's be real. There are healthier ways to process heartbreak than sending explicit photos to your ex. But the truth is, people don't always choose the high road when emotions are raw. Some cry, some go silent, some throw shade through subtweets, and some, they press send on photos they might later regret. It's messy, it's complicated, and unfortunately, it's very human. The entire situation feels ripped. Let's not forget, this isn't just about a photo. It's about timing, public perception, and emotional stakes. Maybe that pic wasn't meant to leak. Maybe it was an old memory, sent in a moment of nostalgia. Or maybe it was a calculated move. Maybe Teyana wanted Iman to see what he lost, or wanted Aaron to know he had her full attention. Either way, the internet is eating it up. Fans are picking sides, crafting theories, and decoding every move like it's the Zapruder film of celebrity drama. And then there's Aaron. Is he just caught in the crossfire, or was he always a piece of this puzzle? If that rumor about him being connected to Iman's circle is true, this goes from heartbreak to betrayal real quick. And Iman? He's been relatively quiet. No statements, no clapbacks. But is silence strength or strategy? Yet you are. The end of the day, we may never know the full story. Maybe it's exaggerated. Maybe it's even more explosive behind the scenes. All we do know is the tea isn't stopping anytime soon. The timelines are updating by the hour, and everyone's watching to see who speaks next, who claps back, or who stays quiet and lets the headlines do the talking. So now we ask you, was Teyana wild for that, or just a woman in pain? Is Aaron the villain or the rebound? And should Iman speak or stay silent? Drop your takes below, like and subscribe, and stay tuned because this drama is far from over.